Well, it's about time you got some professional help, and that's exactly what I'm here to do. So let's fix some beats. Now this first beat comes from Asphalt. Asphalt says, yo, can you please fix this beat? Pretty straightforward. Now let's give it a listen.
Text to speech enabled.
Storm is the owner of 24 in-stream seed bank 24 M's. 24 is better than Impulse, it caused no mayhem. Everything you did, we done been it. All we did was never condemn. All the business for nothing. Our community is a gem.
I'm gonna start off with some brutal honesty. I don't really think the rapping is good. There's also another issue here that I'm kind of noticing. I'm assuming you recorded this yourself, right? It's all good how you did this. I don't necessarily think it's a great idea to layer the vocals the way you did.
Storm is the owner of 24. Storm is the owner of 24.
It kind of gives the vocal a weird vibe. So I think it would sound a lot more clean if you just had one strong vocal take instead of two weak vocal takes. Or at least like pan them around, play around with the pitch tiny bit. Yo, you time stretch these. That's really weird. That might also be playing into why it kind of sounds wonky. But we're here to fix beats, so I'm gonna mute those for now. I think this would sound better if we just either dropped the velocity way down or we just did it with an accent snare instead of a clap. Because you really want that drum to be accenting and just kind of adding a little bit of bounce instead of just taking up the whole space. Because it was pretty damn loud. Also, this hi-hat. I mean, it's all right. It's all right. I'm gonna actually grab a hi-hat that sounds better. I love this hi-hat. Also though, I think this would sound better if we just pitched it down a little bit. Are in desperate need of a roll in here. Cause you could just like, oh my goodness. Yo, why are they all off? You moved all, yo, what? I gotta zoom. What? Why'd you do that? Yeah, something like this is fine. Also, I'm not the biggest fan of just increasing the velocity of everything, but you know what, to each their own. I don't know, that kind of sounds weird, but I'm here for it. Also, I'm just gonna drop the velocity of these a bit. Hey, yo, a bit, come on. What are you doing to the hi-hat? Okay, I don't really want the out knob shortened. I don't want to shorten this. This is like the tiniest change, but it matters. So we're gonna turn up your hi-hat because you turned it down way too much. Yo, secret life hack when you're mixing is kind of mix in perception to one sound element. Usually I go off my 808 because I know exactly how my 808 should sound or how I want it to sound. So do the same thing. Or well, if you want, I guess. What is this? Ooh, good melody, fire. 808, kind of weak. I mean, it's an all right. Yo, what are you doing? Stop this, don't envelope that. It's got a gorgeous little tail. Let its tail do its work. Bruh, I'm a tail lover. I love tail of 808s. 808's got good tail. Let the tail do its thing. Also, turn it up, please. We need this louder. I mean, that's all right. Oh no. Well, I don't even have fab filters, so let's chill on that. Yo, I was talking about tail and you made the most disgusting looking tail in the world, if you know what I mean. I'm just deleting it, bro. Gone. Okay, let's see. This is where I would want you to turn your velocity up. I don't really feel like a kick would go great with this 808 just because, like, look at the beginning of the 808 here. This is just clear signs of your 808 having ridiculous punch. Okay, well, good punch, good enough punch. Oh, see, this is what I mean. This is not good. Don't use that. Honestly, I would maybe not use a kick here just because of the 808, but because it seems like you really want to use a kick, we're gonna kind of change out the 808. Also, crazy idea. You could have the most disgusting rolls with this. Doesn't really sound too great as well. Like, do you have like a melody going C, C, G sharp, G? I don't really like this. Like, I like that, but I don't like what you're doing with the 808. But it doesn't look like this is the move. Also, usually going down to G sharp's pretty fine. But if you don't like that, you can go up. You got options. Also, you only did these for like a bar, so this doesn't make sense. Yeah, this just doesn't feel right. Also, yeah, this should be like this. There's got to be some reason you're making it a 12 bar pattern. This is just, it's kind of a random number. I would have liked a little more right there. See, this is where we can get kind of funky with your 808. And then let's just like mess around with the velocity a tiny bit. And this will sound really good if we keep the 808 going. So now we can find you a kick just because we've got the 808, we've got a more roomy 808, I guess I should say. So I'm gonna go to my Crisis bundle, which has some of my favorite kicks. And by the way, you can get that now. There's a link down in the comments. I want something with crazy punch. All right, this is where we gotta question our life. You know what, I'm not gonna question the Fruity Delay. You do you. I saw you had some crazy stuff going on down below. This isn't really that bad. You don't really have this kind of high end here on the 808. It's just kind of pointless. Or on the kick, I mean. Now, your kick is so quiet. This, we're not gonna do. Right, so the kick is really quiet. Let's turn it up. Yeah, I don't know why, but I realized this is all, like, this is down. Now this is like a little life hack, okay? So because like you can tell the kick is clashing with the 808, but only on certain notes, right? So the notes that it's clashing on the 808, as you might notice, are like way up here or way down here, depending which kick we use. This is all just because phase alignment. So the waveforms are not lining up nice, they're clashing. That's the simplest way to put it. You can usually fix this just by reversing the polarity. This will flip the waveform up or down. But when your 808 is going like way different places, that's when it's kind of good to just kind of mess around with it a bit. And what I mean by mess around with it is I'm gonna clone the kick. This one's gonna get reverse polarity'd. This is something I've done a few times in my life. It's very rare that I need to do this. And then I'm just gonna take the kicks that are hitting on the C, so just these ones. I'm gonna make sure that this one's reverse polarity, and then I'm gonna pop those C kicks in here. Now, because we have the kick and the 808, we can actually turn the 808 down a bit. Just because together it's a little too intense. I'm not gonna pester you about your samples. You do you. I'm just gonna turn it up a little bit. Yeah, that's nicer. Cuts through the mix a bit better. I really don't like that you're putting the open hat in the same channel as your hi-hat because they're different things. They're not the same. So I'm just gonna track this into 7. I forgot we were working on the hi-hats. I'm just gonna take your 2-bar pattern that we made here. I'm gonna copy it over.
Storm is the owner of 24 in-stream seed bank 24 M's. 24 is better than Impulse, it cause no mayhem. Storm is the owner of 24 in-stream seed bank 24 M's. 24 is better than Impulse, it cause no mayhem.
This next one is from Frederick Steinwall. Frederick says, hey man, was wondering if you could fix this beat that I made. Don't worry, Frederick, I can. It's mostly the mixing part that you kind of suck at. That's your words. I didn't say it, that's your words. But also the arrangement. Been making beats for about a year, let's get into it. Alright Frederick, this is gonna be an easy one. It definitely comes down to your mixing and your arrangement is extremely questionable. And I'm gonna recommend something to you in particular that will definitely fix your arrangement capabilities. So we're gonna bring all of this way down. I don't really like how you arranged everything. And I mean this from the standpoint of you have one pattern with pretty much all your drums. Split that. You just go in here, you press split by channel, bam, now you got all your drums out here. This is no longer gonna be helpful for me. But now what you can do really easily is you can just remove some of the things. So for example, this snare roll is a little OD. You don't want that playing a whole ton throughout your beat, especially when we're transitioning into a part that's a little bit more chill. Also, Now, if we're gonna dive into the mixing, this is gonna be pretty straightforward. Look at this big 808. What are you doing? Also, what's on your master? Your master, whoa. Honestly, shout out to you. I love that you've organized this. It makes my life nice and easy. So where's the 808? What are you doing? Sir, brother, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. This is too much. This is OD. Oh, bruh. Please, just use a better 808 too while you're at it. Let's turn it up though. Yeah, I'm not crazy about this 808. In this setting in particular, I don't really think this 808 fits too great. Now let's crank this a bit. All right, so you got a kick in here too. What's going on with the kick? I mean, you're drawing snakes and shapes and hills. You're like Bob Ross with the EQ. We don't need to do all this. We don't need to do any of it. This kick sample is kind of doo-doo watered. I'm not loving the kick. Did we just give you the rack kick? I think we do. Muted the soft clipper you had here. I don't know why you're clipping. I guess you want more punch, but also I don't really like this way of doing it. Now your kick, where's the kick? Right here. Let's turn the velocities up. Oh, you got like a weird 808 pattern. Oh, you got that. You got a lot going on with the kick pattern too. I'm Frederick, sir. This doesn't sound good. That does. That sounds a lot better. Actually, I'm gonna just go with your melody real quick. And kind of one thing I like to think about with mixing is just that you want to get the most out of every sound, and one way you can get a lot more out of a sound is if the sound is a bit louder. So you have room to just bring all of this up. Tiny bit, not a lot of room, but a little bit of room, and I'm gonna exploit that room, and we'll bring it up like 0.7 decibels. Also, your melody, what? Why are we doing this? Like, I don't think this is good, whatever that was. Also, you have a lot more room in the low end. You want the low end for a lot of your instruments because it'll make them sound more real. It'll make them sound better. It'll give them depth. And realistically, like the 808's not gonna clash if it's right there. Nice. Let's go through all of these because you definitely, what? You're Swiss cheesing the EQ. You're doing it all over the place. Okay, let's go to the rest of the drums. What are you doing to the hi-hat? Oh, good lord. The hi-hat, it's got high in the name. It's your high frequencies. Don't cut those. Leave them. Let them be. Oh, okay, yeah, I really don't like your hi-hat sample. Now, you got an open hat. It's a little quiet, but usually you want the open hat quiet. I feel like yours though is a little bit too quiet. Like it's hardly there. Ooh, this is kind of where we're gonna have beef actually. So you got this snare, you got this clap, you got everything. Oh my God, yo, bro, don't do this. Don't put everything into one bus. Or well, one mixer, I guess. Don't do that, please. That's a sin in my eyes. Unless you're doing it like as a bus. But just putting like your snare, your clap, your other snare all into one channel, nope. Because now we can just mess with this snare, and this snare is ridiculously quiet. What you do need to do though, is use drum sounds that fit your beat a little bit better. Now I'm gonna keep the snare a little bit quiet because you wanted to layer it with a clap. I don't really want to mess up your vision too much. Now what's the clap sound? I don't like this idea. Yeah, I think that's like good volume wise. Yo, this roll is like, you're doing the world's craziest roll here almost. What is this? What is this, bro? What is this, honestly? I mean, it's not bad. I'll leave it be, but we gotta turn it up. And what you should probably do when you're doing a roll like this is cut out some of your drums so you make a little bit more room for the roll. Because you need to treat the roll like a transition instead of just like in your drums.